Hey, welcome to the Founders Call. I am your host, Tyler Jordan. I am one of the managing partners here at the Nova House, and I am coming to you today from a blank wall. I'm currently in Fiji. It's nice and early in the morning right now. So let's get this happening. Now, if you are new to this, I'm going to take you through a quick little run through of what the Founders Call is. It is our attempt at extreme transparency. There are so many deals out there. There are so many funds. There are so many syndications. There are so many investment vehicles. There are so many just investments in general where you're coming in, you're getting involved, and you are left in the dark for the most part. Whether it being left in the dark in information, left in the dark with progress, left in the dark with failures, left in the dark with holdups, left in the dark with kind of everything. And from a business standpoint, I completely understand that. And business, I think, short term is far easier to do things in private and let people know only what they need to know. However, on the long-term side of things, I don't know that bodes super well. And I think that transparency builds an immense amount of trust and immense amount of long-term, incredibly valuable relationships. And that's what we're in. We're in the relationships game. And so, this is our attempt at doing that. We do these calls every 2 weeks, every second Thursday we do these, and we take you through everything that's happening with us here at the Nova House, our offerings, what's going incredibly well, what's going okay, what's going not so okay, what's going terribly bad, what's happening, any updates. We take you through the whole thing. And so, if you're here, I'm looking forward to jumping in. So we're going to go over 6 things today. The first is general updates. The second is property development. Last 14 days, the next 14 days, thought of the week, and opportunities. So I've got 3 goals for this call. The first one is that you have a clear understanding of our current situation after watching the next 15 minutes or so. The second is that we hope that you have learned something about international developments in the process of watching this. And then the third is that we hope to build a slither more trust with you than we had before you watched. And so who are we? We are a team of 5 managing partners at the Nova House. Martin Papp is here on the left-hand side. Myself, Tyler Jordan, Derek and Lee Rush, as well as Daniel Carvosa. And between us all, individually, we've done tens of millions in personal real estate across 8 different countries now. We've had our hand in around $10 billion in developments, including Derek Rush managing giga projects in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Martin founded and scaled a Chinese tea company to over 400 locations through China. We've hosted 47 investors from 7 different countries for investor retreats. And now we build, operate, and exit luxury rentals in Costa Rica. We're a Reg D 506C fund, and we service RIAs, broker-dealers, family offices, and accredited investors from all over the US. We even have some investors from outside the US. So, without further ado, let's get into this. General updates. I know I banged on for a little bit last call about this Costa Rica due diligence trip, which is happening next week. We're actually, me and Martin are heading down there October the 12th, which is in about 10 days from now, or a little bit less than 10 days from now. We've got multiple firms coming down, multiple firms and a few investors themselves are coming down. So there's basically 2 sections that are happening from the 13th till the 16th and from the 16th till the 20th, split into 2. That is pretty much booked up now. We have room for 1 or 2 add-ons if you can make a decision in the next day or 2 for the 13th to the 16th trip. So if that is you or if that is someone that you know, please let us know. It'll be basically meeting the team, meeting partners, meeting the people we're working with, seeing the sites that we've either purchased and owned outright, or under development, or properties that we're looking to acquire. Basically, seeing, feeling, touching, hearing, experiencing the Nova House, Costa Rica, the offering, all of that. If you're looking to get invested into a Texas multifamily deal, you can just take a quick trip to Texas, see everything that's going on, see it, feel it, touch it, what the US government's like, that kind of thing. And so it's the same setup, except we're going to a beautiful tropical location to see it, feel it, enjoy it, and experience it. General updates. We signed with Great Point Capital yesterday, which is a firm out of Chicago. Where are we at? They're an incredible firm with an unbelievable reputation. I think reputation in the RIA, IBD, family office space is everything. And I have heard nothing but good things about the team there. We've been in contact since, I believe it was early April. We got an introduction to them from Zia, from Mick Law, and we've sort of built that relationship over the last 6 months or so. And as of yesterday, we've officially signed with Great Point, and moving forward and actually having the Nova House offering on the Great Point platform for all of their reps, advisors, and then consequently all of their clients as well. So if you are a client of any rep or advisor that is licensed with Great Point, just know that the Nova House Costa Rica offering will be available to you here in the coming weeks as we get onboarded and get materials out and all that kind of stuff. But that's huge win, huge win, and really looking forward to building that relationship and continuing. We sort of just went over the Costa Rica due diligence trip. I have been hiring for an investment sales position. And so I've got job postings out on LinkedIn, on Indeed, and we have received around 140 applicants so far for an investment sales position here at the Nova House. And it's basically someone to come on board who has sales experience, that can build sales teams, that also has experience in the investment sales space, because the lean and mean team that we have been building the Nova House with is fantastic. However, things are getting so chaotic and so busy, and the growth is really starting to push forward now. We are needing to bring on more people to the team to help. To give an example of this, we're finding different firms to sign with, and we're going down the sales process. And then as soon as someone says yes, we'd like to move forward, for us, kind of everything stops to onboard with them and to go through the materials and to educate their reps and to go all down that path. That kind of everything else stops. And so, building things lean is fantastic. However, it does have its downfalls, and that it does, everyone has limited time. And so that's, one of the downfalls of the Nova House, thus far, is that we are a very small team doing very big things. And, the sacrifice that you make there is that things tend to take a little bit longer than typical. So, I've been doing interview after interview after interview after interview, and filtering applications and all sorts of things. We brought it down to just a few applicants now. So by next call, you will actually know who is on board, and the next 2 weeks we'll be looking to actually select someone, go through the onboarding process, get them up to speed, educate them, and get them off and running. Buttonwood sponsor report. We have a goal of having that live by October the 30th. So if you are an RIA or a broker-dealer firm, and you you're in the Buttonwood on the Buttonwood Apex platform, and you're looking to see our sponsor report, not just our program report, that is currently being worked on right now. We haven't really had any requests for it, which is why it hasn't been the big push for us. The requests that we had were for the program report, and so that's been out now for a few weeks. It's been seen many times. I think we're up to 50 views or something now, which is fantastic. And the sponsor report is actually in its final drafts. So we're making comments and going back and forth with Buttonwood there, and we hope to have that out by the end of this month. So if you are chasing that, please be patient with us. Couple of weeks away, and we'll get that out. If you watched the previous founders call, we had a previous managing broker dealer that we had to move away from for various unfortunate miscommunications. However, the agreements that we had for them all had to be reworked, rebuilt, and made up to scratch because they weren't quite up to scratch with the previous firm that we were with. And so we were working on getting all those done. And Alonka and Terry at Nobles and Riches have done an incredible job and have reworked those agreements for us, and everything is now completed. Which is fantastic. So now we're ready to go and continue moving forward with multiple firms. All right, where are we at? Okay, property development. I sort of start this always the same thing, is that capital raising is at the top of the funnel for us. So property updates are secondary always to capital coming in. The less capital that we get in, the less point there is to any property development. You can't have one without the other. You've got to put the horse in front of the carriage, not the carriage in front of the horse. And so the way that this works is the horse is capital raising and bringing investment in, and then the carriage is the actual property developments. So if you've been following these for a while, you know that we've had, we purchased an incredible lot in Manuel Antonio that was in a beautiful spot with no neighboring properties between us and the ocean because it sits on a reserve, and it was 3/4 of an acre, beautiful lot. However, due to the location where it is, and also the fact that it backs onto a reserve, we've had a hell of a time with permitting, particularly with the grandness and how incredibly large and complex and beautiful our build designs are. We've had a hell of a time with permits. However, we have just got the Sophia approved. So now everything that has been held up over, throughout this year can now start moving forward. So we're looking to throw everything at this to speed this timeline up as much as we can. But the Sophia is approved in September. Now going into contractor bidding and getting all that squared away. Oh, sorry, that's all squared away now. We'll have those awarded through October, and approvals through October as well. Preliminary works to begin in December. And finish in December, and the estimated target completion date now of Manuel Antonio is still in 2025 in December. So again, looking to throw everything at this to speed it up, to get things push, and try and climb and claw back those dates that we've lost due to this permitting process. But you do everything you can. Last 14 days, we've signed an agreement with Great Point Capital. It's obviously a massive one. The RA and BD agreements have been completed now and ready to send out firms. Due diligence trip to Costa Rica has been fully booked, and I've begun doing sales job applications and interviews, siphoning that down from 140-ish down to 1 or 2 applicants. Over the next 14 days, the goal is to sign 2 more RAA and BD agreements. One of those actually just came in this morning, which I'm very excited about. It has not been co-signed yet, so I didn't announce it in the general updates because that's not been co-signed, so it's not official. However, it has been signed on their side, and we will have that signed on our side hopefully today, and then I'll let you know about that one in the next one. Looking to sign at least 2 more RA and BD agreements, begin education of reps and advisors of those firms that we have signed. It is a pretty massive process and undertaking, so looking forward to really digging into that and being able to get these reps and advisors selling our product to their clients. Building out funnels for investment leads. It's all part of the onboarding of an employee, a salesperson. Filtering the sales applicants, select and begin onboarding, as well as we will be in Costa Rica for that due diligence trip. As I said, from the 12th till around the 20th. Thought of the week. Sorry, my phone's ding, 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 ding. Alternative investments has a branding issue. This is my thought of the week, and it's actually come from a incredible guy named George Mack. Search him up on Twitter, George Mack, YouTube. He's on the Modern Wisdom podcast. Anywhere that you want to search him up, he's an incredible thinker, and I really admire a lot of him, a lot of the stuff that he talks about. But he talks a lot about branding, and he talks a lot about solving the world's issues through branding. And I think that alternative investments has a huge branding issue. We're set to, alternatives is set to be a $60 trillion industry by 2032. 60 trillion. That is insane. And the fact that we call them alternative investments is bonkers. No one wants to invest in an alternative investment. It doesn't make any sense. It feels risky. It sounds risky. And so, for example, some of the examples he gives is cybersecurity. When you hear cybersecurity, you're like, it sounds crazy. It's complicated. I don't want to get involved. Whereas what he suggests is if we called any kind of bugs and things in our computers CTIs, which is derived from STIs, sexually transmitted infections. So he thinks that if your computer gets a bug or if your computer gets hacked, whatever it is, you have a computer transmitted infection. And because we're so familiar with STIs and that world, if we rebranded cybersecurity to CTIs, we would take notice and we would think about them and we would be cautious about it and we would care about it. Other examples are school. The kids want to go to school. Very few kids want to go to school, and they're very disinterested in what they're learning. I know for a fact that I was in a lot of ways. But I would have been all in on school, particularly maths, if it was, hey, here's how the TikTok algorithm works. Biology, how COVID-19 spread. Business studies, change that to how Roblox make money. Computer science, change that to make a bot that texts your friends. Make it compelling. And my suggestion for alternative investments is hard assets, real estate, wine, art. All of these things are hard assets. They're things that you can feel and see and touch and hold. And I would argue that they're more safe than public markets and stock markets and bonds. And they're hard assets. And so I think that the alternative investment space, yes, it is ramping up in a huge way. However, I think that the trajectory of alternative investments and the ability to onboard the general public it would be monstrous if we rebranded alternative investments to hard assets or hard investments. No, I disregard. Hard investments is not great. Okay, opportunities here. If you would like to learn more about the Nova House, we run a webinar on the 20th of every single month. There will be an event posted to LinkedIn, or alternatively, you can send me a DM on LinkedIn or send me an email at tyler@thenovahouse.com, and I will send you a direct Zoom link so you can catch us there, where we go through all of our offering. Or if you would like to skip the webinar, you're like, I know enough about you guys. I want to learn more directly. There is a link in my LinkedIn that you can book a call. There's my calendar there. Feel free to drop a call in there, and we can get on and we can chat. Or you can email us at tyler@thenovahouse.com or martin@thenovahouse.com. Our website is www.thenovahouse.com, and we'd be happy to walk you through the offering and what we've got going on at the moment and see if we are a right fit for you. Otherwise, be great. Do something phenomenal this week. Be a good human. Just be better than you were last week. I have a really great example of the concept of being great that I want to share. Is I just I interviewed a gentleman from Scottsdale, Arizona this morning, and the call was supposed to be me interrogating him, and we got on the call, and the first 2 minutes of the call, he came with a full A4 size page of notes, and he said, this is all the homework I've done, this is what I know about the company, I've gone through your PPMs, I've gone through your legal documents, I've gone through everything, and this is what I think, and then this is my process, and this is what I want to do, and everything. This is supposed to be a job interview, and he's come basically saying that he's done it. He's completed it for us, and almost on the spot, hey, let's move to an onboarding call. This isn't a job interview anymore. You have absolutely knocked my socks off, and you've essentially you've taken it into your own hands to give yourself this job, and so that is an example of what being great is. It's going above and beyond. It's being a good person. It's going deep, not wide. Find one thing that you want to do and go as deep as you can on it, whether that's a job, whether that's a passion, whether that's, your husband or wife. Don't have 10 girlfriends or boyfriends. Find one and give them everything. I was speaking with a friend, Bob, the other day, and I was saying my life is basically trying to give the highest percentage of myself to the lowest percentage of things. My life, real estate, health. That's it. That's all I care about. And that's all I want to do. And talk to you guys soon.